Welcome back. Well, world leaders have gathered in Paris with the tech industry's biggest players looking to make a united push against rising online extremism. The initiative, known as the Christchurch Call, has been spearheaded by New Zealand Prime Minister Macron and Ardern, with French President Emmanuel Macron co-hosting the talks. They come in response to a mass shooting committed by a self-described white supremacist at two Christchurch mosques in March. 26 countries and tech giants have pledged to back the Christchurch Call, which aims to keep violent and extremist content off online social platforms. Well, while the United States government decided not to pledge its support for the initiative, the American social media giant Facebook announced plans to toughen rules around its live streaming service. Facebook Live was used by the Christchurch gunmen to broadcast the attacks online. Mrs. Ardern commented on Facebook's decision.
We know from the announcement made by Facebook today that under that change of practice, the terrorist on the 15th of March would not have been able to live stream his act of violence. Now, that is, of course, just one element of the work that we must do. Ultimately, we want to be in a position to prevent harm in the first place, to make sure that lives aren't lost.
Now, Paul Fellinger from the Internet and Jurisdiction Policy Network joined us with more on this. His organisation works on issues related to internet governance around the world. And I asked him how these governments and tech companies might go about keeping extremist content off the web.
I think with many policy issues, the devil here lies in the details. There's now a high-level political impetus that was given with this call today in Paris. But how it will be implemented, what are the concrete procedures, the mechanisms? This is what has to be defined. And the truth is, it is complex and it is difficult. No single actor has the silver bullet, not the governments and not the tech companies. So what this call today shows is that there's an even larger need than ever before for a sustained and ongoing collaboration between all the different involved actors, the governments, the international organizations, the tech companies, the civil society actors, and other concerned stakeholders.
OK, but really now, in a nutshell, very briefly, please, what impact will this have on freedom of speech? Because that's a big concern.
Absolutely, and this is precisely why this requires multi-stakeholder collaboration. The decisions that we're taking today under a great sense of urgency, they will impact the future of the cross-border internet and our digital societies. And there's a lot of political pressure in the system, so it requires that all stakeholders come together to discuss exactly how to reconcile those three objectives that I mentioned.